Good evening, everyone. I'm Mark, and all grown up is a difficult topic for me because I'm still a Toys R Us kid. I'm just not grown up. I love to play. I love to putter outside around the house and anywhere outside. I still love to go fishing and ride my bike, just like I did when I was in elementary school. So this is a difficult topic, but occasionally I can fake it a little bit and have some of the behaviors of someone who's grown up. Like I can pay bills, and I can be, oh, I hate it, but I can be financially responsible. For years, I never even had a credit card because I knew I was not grown up enough. A couple years ago, I got my first credit card. I'm 57. So I'm starting to grow up a little bit, but I'm resisting. But my first episode of growing up that I can remember that really had a profound effect on me was in college, which I guess that's where you're supposed to grow up. I don't know. I know nothing about growing up because I'm not grown up. But at any rate, my sophomore year in college, I had to take organic chemistry. And I was terrified of the professor. I went to a small college. There was one professor that taught it. I was terrified of her because I was pretty sure that she came to work on a broom. And I heard she was really difficult. So I go into the class and I'm doing my best at the time, which was pretty horrible. We take the first test. And my score was in the 60s somewhere. And after the first test, she announced to the entire class that if you had below a 75, you should drop the class. Hey, you didn't need to tell me twice. I was up and out of there. And I dropped the class. So the next year as a junior, I took it again. This time, I got in the low 70s, and she announced the same thing. I dropped it again, and I'm thinking, I need to take this class. But being irresponsible and not grown up, I procrastinated, which is one of my better skills. So I put it off and put it off. I did my student teaching. They even offered me a job. But there was one thing in the way: organic chemistry. So I took it into summer. It was offered the summer after I was done student teaching. Same professor, who I'm not mentioning her name because I know she's still alive. So here I am. I need to take Organic Chem 1 and 2. And if I pass them, I have a teaching job. And I can start my grown-up life. Well, kinda. So I take the class, and I'm giving it my all. And for once, I'm doing exactly what the professor tells me to do. She tells me to draw these molecules and hang them around the house. I drew the molecules and hung them around the house. Write out the reactions and hang them around the house. I hung them around the house. She told me to even put them on the mirror so that I could see them when I'm shaving. And I said, but I won't be able to see the shave. She goes, you don't need to worry about shaving. Study the reactions. So I did exactly what she told me to do. First test comes, I get a B on it. And I'm like, holy crap, I did pretty well. Turns out, she ended up being one of my favorite professors. She was awesome. I learned how to learn. I learned how to study. I learned how to be responsible for my education. Holy crap, it sounded like a grown-up. So I do the Organic 2 and I get a B in that. Her husband is also an organic chemistry professor at another local college here in York. After a few years of teaching, he was running this grad assistant program where you got to do organic chem research and you got paid for it and you got graduate credits. Lo and behold, he hired me. I couldn't believe it. So after failing twice, which I know when I dropped the class I wasn't failing, but let's face the truth, I would have failed it because I did not know how to study. I finally grew up enough that I could pass this class, and I put my preconceived notions aside, and she did not ride a broom to work. She's one of the nicest people I've ever met. And I'm totally indebted to her for helping me grow up and become responsible some days of the week. But I'm still a Toys R Us kid. I like to play. Thanks.